Welcome to Civil Services Achievers Point. We are discussing the Assam Tribune of 4th September 2020. At Civil Services Achievers Point, we have various courses. To join these courses, you may call at the number given below. Also, you may follow us on the social media platforms. This Assam Tribune analysis is based on the new pattern of APSC. This analysis is also useful for UPSC and other state level government examinations. These are the important newspaper articles we are discussing today and the important editorials from today's Assam Tribune paper. So students, let us begin. The first topic, the first news article, state to get 3 more autonomous councils, Moran, Matak and Kamatapur. Now this topic we will study under the paper General Studies on Assam, Polity and Governance. The Assam Assembly, the Assam Legislative Assembly has granted the 3 new autonomous councils in the state by passing the Moran Autonomous Council Bill, the Matak Autonomous Council Bill and the Kamatapur Autonomous Council Bill 2020. The minister further said that the Kamatapur Autonomous Council will be established and its territory will be in the undivided Gwalpara district, excluding the BTAD and the Rabha Hasong Autonomous Council areas. So, from the undivided Gwalpara district, so during post-independence India, in the entire Lower Assam, only 2 districts were there. One was Kamrup and the other was Gwalpara. So undivided Gwalpara district included all the modern day districts like Dhuburi, Bongaigaon, Kokrajhar, all these districts. So the Kamatapur Autonomous Council will have its territory in the undivided Gwalpara district and it will exclude the BTAD area and the Rabha Hasong Autonomous Council areas. Now next topic, Kaziranga set to grow bigger by 31 square kilometer, and this topic we are studying under the General Studies on Assam paper, topic Biodiversity and Environment. The Kaziranga National Park is set to grow bigger by 31 square kilometer. The state government has issued preliminary notifications to include the 7th, 8th and 9th editions into the Kaziranga National Park and Tiger Reserve. The 7th edition will be falling in the Koliabor subdivision, which has an area of 176 hectares, while the 8th edition has an area of 307 hectares. The 9th edition in Biswanath Wildlife Division has an area of 2,570 hectares. So the area of the park currently is 884 square kilometer, and once the new additions are made, then it will increase to 915 square kilometer. The additions include encroachment evicted areas and suitable wildlife habitat in riverine islands which are also vulnerable to encroachment. The new additions would consolidate the wildlife areas, anticipating better conservation and reduction in human-animal conflict. So this is a very welcome step. Now coming to the next newspaper topic, Capital Region Development Authority Amendment Bill is passed. Now this topic we are studying under the General Studies on Assam paper, Polity and Governance. The Assam State Capital Region Development Authority Amendment Bill 2020 was passed in the State Assembly. Now this bill particularly seeks to amend the Assam State Capital Region Development Authority Act, which was passed in 2017, in order to exclude the areas of Rabha Hasong Autonomous Council and the Tiwa Autonomous Council from the purview of the Assam State Capital Region. The Guwahati Metropolitan Development Authority Amendment Bill 2020 was also passed through voice vote in the Assembly, and it seeks to amend the GMDA Act 1985 for modification of Section 5A 1 and 1, subsection 1 and subsection 1, for filling up filling up the post of chief engineer GMDA by an officer not below the rank of superintendent engineer of the state PWD, instead of not below the rank of additional chief engineer in the GMDA Act 1985. The amendment aims to eliminate hindrances faced by the GMDA in executing major projects. The Assembly passed the Assam Municipal Amendment Bill 2020, allowing the district collector or the SDO, subdivision officer of a district or subdivision, to take charge of a municipal board for up to 1 year. So these administrative changes are made for eliminating hindrances which are faced by the government agencies and government departments. As per the new amendments in the Assam Municipal Act 1956, from the date of expiry of term of office of the commissioners of the municipal boards, all the powers and duties of the board may be exercised and performed by the respective DC or SDO civil or other officials nominated by them until the new board is reconstituted. So this provision is made so as to ensure that government works are going on and it should not be interrupted because some official is retired or has vacated the post. So this is very important. Students, please make a note of it. Also, National Law University and Judicial Academy Assam Amendment Bill has passed. So, Minister of Law and Justice Siddhartha Bhattacharya moved the bill, and it states that the audit of the Judicial Academy is to be undertaken by the Comptroller and Auditor General of India, instead by any chartered accountant of a firm or a firm by of chartered accountants, because the Judicial Academy receives fund from the state government. So as it is a state government funded academy, so it will be audited by the CAG. As per the amendment, the director of the academy, with approval of the board, will submit the annual statement of accounts of the academy to the government within 6 months of closure of a financial year. Now next, coming to the next bill, Assam Agricultural Produce and Livestock Marketing Promotion and Facilitation Bill. The Assembly today passed the Assam Agricultural Produce and Livestock Marketing Promotion and Facilitation Bill 2020 through a voice vote. Now this bill intends to separate operating and managing markets, provides for setting up of private markets for a transparent, competitive and efficient agricultural marketing system in the state. New provisions for creating a directorate of agricultural marketing for regulating both regulated and private agricultural markets in the state have also been added. So this bill is introduced to reform the agricultural marketing in the state. Also, Assam Skill University Bill 2020 is passed. Now this will provide setting up for a skill university at Mongoloi. The bill was tabled in the Assembly by Minister of Skill, Employment and Entrepreneurship, Minister Chandra Mohan Patwari. So these were the important bills which were passed in the Assembly. And moving on to the next topic, Assam Inland Water Transport Regulatory Authority Amendment Bill 2020 is passed. So this topic we will study under the General Studies on Assam Economic Development. The Assam Legislative Assembly passed the Assam Inland Water Transport Regulatory Authority Amendment Bill 2020. So as per the amendment in section 59 of the Act, the state government shall determine the tariffs for passenger vessels or cargo vessels, keeping in mind the market conditions, operating cost levels, affordability of passengers in different manner, considering the per capita income of the people of the state. So the state government will determine the tariff or the price of the passenger vessels or cargo vessels, the ticket prices, keeping in mind the market conditions, the operating costings, the affordability of passengers in different manner, considering the per capita income of people of the state. Also, further, the minister placing the bill had said that not having a specific rule to determine the tariff on machine operated country boat was a serious problem faced by a large section of people in the districts like Dhuburi, Gwalpara, Lakhimpur and Majuli. So under the scheme, the further the minister has said that scheme Zibon Dinga scheme. So under the scheme, the state government is providing modern boat engine at 70% subsidies rate. The minister said that implementation of the scheme is very important to minimize the boat mishap cases. So as we know, last year there were a few cases of boat mishap. So these steps are taken now to prevent such cases in future. Now coming to our next topic, Assembly passes bill to provide the relief to MSME sector. So this topic we are studying under the General Studies on Assam paper, Economic Development. The Assam Legislative Assembly today passed the Assam Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Facilitation of Establishment and Operation Bill 2020. The objective of the bill is to provide relief to the entrepreneurs under micro, small and medium enterprises. So the Assam Legislative Assembly today passed the Assam Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Facilitation of Establishment and Operation Bill 2020. The basic objective of the bill is to provide relief to the entrepreneurs under micro, small and medium enterprises MSME sector from the clumsy process of procuring license and approvals for their projects. So the minister said the MSME sector has emerged as a highly vibrant and dynamic sector of the Indian economy over the last 5 decades. He said the sector not only played a crucial role in providing large employment opportunities at comparatively lower capital cost than the large industries, but also help in industrialization of rural backward areas, thereby reducing regional imbalances, assuring more equitable distribution of national income and wealth. So here very good points have been made. Students, you can quote these points in examination, that the MSME sector not only played a crucial role in providing large employment opportunities at comparatively lower capital cost, also it helps in industrialization of rural backward areas and thereby reducing regional imbalances, assuring more equitable distribution of national income and wealth. In Assam, it has been seen and realized that for setting up of MSME units, the entrepreneurs face a lot of difficulties in getting the clearance and approvals from authorities like Pollution Control Board, Inspectorate of Boilers, Labor Department, Power Department, Urban Development, etc. So it is considered necessary to have a law which shall provide exemption from certain approvals and inspections initially for 3 years in respect of pollution certificate, factory license, urban development department clearance and other statutory authorities for establishment and operation of MSMEs in the state, except no objection certificate for fire safety and electrification. So it is basically a part of ease of doing business. That is the more governance, less government. So this is a very important article. Students, please make a note of it. Now coming to the important editorials. As we know, the 15th Finance Commission is currently working on their final report and they are about to submit the report to the central government. So this editorial discusses about the various details of the report and various conditions which have changed in the Indian economy. So now coming to the economic development, the economy we know it's not in a good shape, and from the beginning of the first quarter of last year and at the time of the preparation of the report, the available trends adequately showed the downturn of the economy almost in every sphere. For example, inflation was up, tax collection was low, production in manufacturing sector was falling, while employment was also shrinking. So, very gloomy situation was there for Indian economy. Despite this, the commission preferred the commission preferred to assume the GDP growth rate at 10% as the budgetary against the budgetary assessment of 11%, and the volume of tax collection for 2019-20 was also assumed at level of 18. So, students, you can see that the author argues that the economy is in a very bad situation. So the commission has also recommended revenue deficit grants to those states which could not neutralize their revenue deficit with the amount recommended as share of central taxes and duties. So as regards financing the disaster management initiatives, the commission, after detailed study, has recommended the creation of two new funds, namely the National Disaster Mitigation Fund and the State Disaster Mitigation Fund. So students, please make a note of this point. So 20% of both the corpses will be utilized for mitigation of disaster, and while the 80% will be utilized for disaster response. So this is a very welcome response. The commission, on demand from various states and central government, also examined certain specific areas where it felt additional intervention was necessary. The commission, however, expressed their serious concern about the progress achieved in the area of nutrition and felt the intervention is needed in the areas, because the commission recommended an amount of 7,735 crore for nutrition. Assam received an amount of rupees 4,324 crore so far as against total recommendation of 26,776. So Assam is a very revenue deficit state, so it heavily relies on the grant given by the Central Finance Commission. So Assam received an amount of rupees 386 crore for the purpose. So far, the government of India is releasing amounts depending on the estimated tax collection, but once the actual receipt figures are available, the release will be declined as gross tax receipt position is not satisfactory. So the economic uncertainty, so this editorial discusses that the economic uncertainty generated by the COVID-19 has marred the development scenario, and the damage caused would take longer period to repair and reach the pre-COVID position. Now coming to the next very important topic, for a healthy competition culture, General Studies 3 Economic Development. So this topic discusses the competition among the nations in the world trade. As per the Sherman Act of 1890 of the USA, it was a torchbearer in the world of competition law enacted to preserve a competitive market and to protect the consumers from all kinds of anti-competitive and abusive trade practices resorted to by big monopolistic enterprises. In India, the Monopolies and Restrictive Trade Practices Act 1969 has restrained the concentration of economic wealth in a few monopolistic hands and lost its relevance, and so the new avatar in the Competition Act of 2002 is a very requirement to create an investor-friendly level playing field. The Competition Act 2002 was approved by the Indian Parliament and became fully operational in 2009 with extensive amendments till 2019, and therefore we have the Competition Commission of India, CCI. A question is expected on CCI in prelims. Students, please make a note of it. It's a regulatory quasi-judicial body with a chairperson and a minimum of 2 or maximum of 6 members. The role of the commission is to exercise the power of a civil court under the provision of the CPC. The commission is further empowered to impose upon such producer, seller, distributor, trader or service provider included into the cartel. The commission has the power to initiate action suo motu, means any person or a consumer order association can file complaints before the commission. The advocacy of the Department of CCI has initiated a number of awareness programs for its stakeholders across India, including Assam. Meanwhile, a big leap has been achieved by the CCI with an impressive array of cases disposed of pertaining to violation of the Competition Act. Now, the next topic in our editorial is the heritage sites, and this topic we are studying under the General Studies on Assam topic culture. So, Assam Assembly has passed the new law, the Assam Heritage Tangible Protection, Preservation and Conservation and Maintenance Act. So, under this act, it aims to protect and preserve tangible heritage like our satras, the monasteries, the stupas, the namghars, the mosques and dargahs, etc., and the various cultural institutions and habitation structures having traditional architecture, heritage sites, artifacts, sculptures which have been in existence for not less than 75 years. So, which are at least 75 years old will be protected under this scheme and act. And it further seeks to develop, restore and promote these heritages to safeguard them from encroachments and damages in alignment. An important component of the state's culture, the satras, are basically fighting for the survival, and this act will help it in its protection. And it is hoped that this legislation will finally help in protecting the heritage site of the state which are facing grave threat to their existence. Also, this law is in accordance with the clause 6 of Assam Accord in order to preserve the cultural rights of Assamese people. Students, we are initiating the daily MCQs. So these are the MCQs which are highly probable in the upcoming APSC prelims exam. So you can pause the video here and solve the MCQs and post the answers in the comment section. We will discuss the answers in our tomorrow's current affairs class. So you can pause the video and solve the MCQs. There are 10 MCQs given. So from page from first question, second, third, fourth, and till we have 10 questions. So you can solve these questions and you can post the answers in the comment section. It is highly advised to solve them because these MCQs are very probable to come in the upcoming prelims exam of APSC in next year. So friends, this was today's current affairs class. I hope this class was helpful. Thank you for watching this class. And it is advised to make a note of the points mentioned in the class. Thank you for watching. Thank you.